Hey, greetings everyone. This is Tony Hollowitz. Thank you for being here for this quick tutorial on an update for Act Premium Cloud. So Act Premium Cloud has updates that come out on a regular basis. And right now what I'm looking at is the page of their product announcements. And some of you've seen this before, but I'm going to show you nonetheless. If you look at this page, you'll see there are all kinds of updates to Act Premium Cloud that have occurred over the last 3 years. Now, they've just started documenting these. There were updates before this, but approximately every 2 weeks, there's some kind of update. In between some of the updates, there are also hot fixes. And hot fixes are things that sometimes they fix one thing and create another issue. It's the nature of the beast. It's the nature of developing software. And sometimes they don't understand what's not working until it gets out there to the general public, where we all sort of become the testers. That's a software thing. That's just the way software works. But on that note, what I'm going to look at is on December 11th, there was a new update that came out, and it is update 25_22. And one of the things they've put in this is something called the History Summit. Let me restate that. History Summary Beta. And what it does is it's AI that will look at the history over the last 3 months and do a summary of that history. Now, one of the things that I want you to know about this is brand new and it's still in beta. So they're testing it to try to figure out how they can make this a useful tool for ACT users. And I think it's a good starting point. I'm not sure how much people would use it. I appreciate feedback, your takeaway, but this is one of the updates they put in. They're not promoting it much. They're just telling people that it's there and letting you try it. If for some reason you do not have histories in the last 3 months, in other words, you've done nothing with the contact for the last 3 months, you're going to get some kind of message that's going to say there's nothing there. Sometimes these messages can be misleading. It doesn't mean there's nothing there. What it really means is it's not there in the last 3 months. And this is a real fluid situation. So what I state to you today might be different a week from now. But they're using AI to try to make ACT a little bit better. So that's one of the things they're doing. Well, the next things they're doing is one of the tools in ACT is you can use their tool for online event management. So let's say you do webinars or tutorials, or you have regular meetings of some type. Before, you'd have to go in and schedule each meeting. Now you can have someone enroll and it will come into an activity series of meetings. So in other words, if you have meetings scheduled every other week for the next year, say 2026, they register once and they'll be involved in all the events if they want to take part. But they'll get information. But again, the key point here is they only have to register one time. So it saves everyone a lot of energy. So that's one of the good things. Next note, as we go down the page a little bit, what they've done is they've also come in and besides the event management, they've made some enhancements to the task list. Now, I'm going to put in this video, I'll put a link in the description to this so you can look at it a little bit more. But in a nutshell, it's how you can modify some of the activities on your task list. Now, some of you don't even use the task list, that I know. It's worth looking at. I have some strong opinions on the best way to use that. Again, reach back to me if you have any questions. As we go further down, they've also made some enhancements to the list view where you can see different things in the list view. What that means is, let's say you go in and look up all the companies in your ACT database that begin with the letter C. You're going to get a list of all those companies. And in that list, you might want to narrow it down somewhat. That's an example of the list view and some of the modifications and the breakdown and how you can filter it. So go in and take a look at that. Again, I think each of us would have different unique ways of utilizing this, but what they're trying to do is make it easier to find the information that's important to you. And that just extends your capabilities. So that's another thing. There's also some other minor things in here that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on. And at the bottom is a list of bug fixes. So if there's things you think are unusual or different, this is where you'll find those. And again, we're always looking for feedback. So if you have questions, reach out to me or reach out to the folks at ACT directly and let them know what your concerns are or if you find there's an issue. Okay, my friends, that's just a little bit of an overview of the update 25_22 for ACT Premium Cloud. Okay, you have a great day. Be well. Bye now.